Tampa. The last time Michael Estevez saw Howell Donaldson, it was sometime in October, and the two lifelong friends watched ESPN in Estevez's Tampa home, discussing the best basketball player of all time. Estevez said LeBron. Donaldson said Jordan. It was a friendly debate, Estevez recalled. On Tuesday, he found out Tampa police were questioning Donaldson in a string of deadly shootings that had terrorized a Florida neighborhood since October 9. Estevez was floored. "You couldn't write me a check or give me $10 million in cash to say he possibly did that," he said Thursday, the same day the man he calls his "god brother" made his initial court appearance, charged with 4 counts of first-degree murder. Howell Emmanuel Donaldson, 24, was arrested Tuesday after he asked a co-worker at a McDonald's restaurant to hold the bag carrying a gun. The co-worker looked inside, spotted the weapon and alerted a Tampa police officer seated in the restaurant doing paperwork. When Donaldson returned, police were waiting. The arrest brought immense relief to Seminole Heights, a working-class neighborhood plunged into fears of a serial killer on the loose after 3 late-night killings in October and a 4th in November. But it also left people puzzled as to why a young man from a comfortable middle-class family could suddenly become the suspect with apparently little sign of something amiss. Donaldson didn't in Seminole Heights and has given no indication why the area was singled out, police said. Though cooperative with officers, he also shed no light on a motive or why individual victims were targeted, officials said. Estevez, 25, is with his parents around the corner from where Donaldson with his family. Friends since elementary school, both grew up in an upper-middle-class neighborhood of ranch homes. "He's really the first friend I ever made in my life," he said Thursday. Attending elementary and middle school together, Estevez said, they built a friendship on a mutual love of sports. Donaldson loved basketball. For Estevez, it was baseball. Both nurtured dreams of playing professionally. During school breaks, they'd shoot hoops for hours in their driveways. By high school, Donaldson attended a succession of schools, trying to play for better teams, his friend said. They drifted apart somewhat in college. Estevez went to school in Alabama to play sports, while Donaldson enrolled at St. John's University in New York. He was a walk-on for the men's basketball team, never playing a game there, and Estevez didn't understand why his talented friend didn't go to a lesser-known school as a sports standout. After graduating, Estevez was signed to a minor league team of the Toronto Blue Jays but gave up baseball a few years later because of an injury and moved back to Tampa. It took Donaldson 6 years to finish college, and he also moved back after graduating. Donaldson worked a few jobs, one at a customer support gig where he was fired for absenteeism. Then he was hired at McDonald's near Tampa's nightclub district. None of that surprised Estevez, who chalked it up to a tough economy for millennials. He said he saw Donaldson in his restaurant uniform and shrugged. "No shame from me," he said. "I knew he'd just got out of college. That's a hard transition time for anybody." The pair had discussed someday moving out of their parents' homes and getting an apartment together. And Donaldson didn't seem all that bothered by not reaching his goal of being a professional athlete. He was too mentally strong for that, Estevez said. Donaldson seemed like the same guy he always knew, and gave no indication of having bought a gun. After all, he'd never seen him even fight with another kid. Never. Never. He paused. "I would have never believed he had a reason to need a gun," co-workers at McDonald's told the Tampa Bay Times. They'd previously teased Donaldson, a restaurant crew chief, about his resemblance to the suspect after police released surveillance video of a shadowy figure walking near where one of the victims was killed. "I called him the killer to his face," Gail Rogers said. "He didn't like that." Police said ballistics tests linked the killings to the gun in Donaldson's bag, and his cell phone held location data corresponding with the first 3 shootings. Estevez said he's gotten 2 hours of sleep since Tuesday and is in shock. When he read others' accounts of how Donaldson seemed to have rage in his eyes during a recent pickup basketball game, he said that wasn't possible. His friend hadn't changed since childhood. He insisted, "In the back of my mind, I'm going to always think he didn't do it."